Appropriate. Very nice.
It's an anteater.
An anteater? What kind of anteater? Anybody know?
Handsome.
A lesser anteater. You are correct, also known as a Tamandua. So more specifically, this is Money, the lesser anteater or Tamandua, and he's a pretty special guy. There's a really important reason why I love him so much, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But let's just watch him here for a second, because I want you guys to kind of observe what he's doing with his body, what he's doing with his claws and his tail. Where do you think he lives? Any guesses?
San Diego Zoo.
San Diego Zoo. You're fired for today. Where do you think this species is from? South America. You are correct there. How about where he lives in South America? Do we think he's primarily a ground dweller, an underground dweller, an above ground dweller? Any guesses from some of my little wildlife explorers up here? Do you guys have any guesses?
Say aloud to her. Where do you think he lives? In the...
He lives in the trees. You are correct. So there's a fancy word for that. He is what we call arboreal. So he is an arboreal anteater. Very, very important. Now, why did we think that? Anyone can point out some things that they saw when we were watching Money climb around in that tree there? Besides the fact that it was a tree, I gave you a little bit of a cheat. Do you guys see anything that you thought, you said, oh my goodness, that must give him a really good...
His claws, are those special?
A really good leg up when he's climbing around in the trees. Anyone?
Really big claws.
Really big claws. That's an excellent... A big tail. What about that tail? Have you guys ever heard the word prehensile? Yeah. So I want everybody who is not holding a camera to stick their hand out for me. Now I want you to just go like that. Yeah. Now try to do that with your foot. That's harder, huh? Yeah. So we have what is called prehensile hands. Prehensile just means grasping, right? So when we talk about a prehensile appendage, it just means something that can grasp, much like our hands. So Money, I don't know if you noticed when he was up there, he was using his tail a lot like we use our hands. So he's using it. He has a prehensile tail. It's able to wrap around the perching, and that kind of gives him an edge, right, up in the trees, because it means that he's got kind of like a fifth limb. I don't know about you guys. I am not a very good tree climber. Are you a good tree climber? No. It's hard to be a good tree climber because we are meant to be on the ground, right? We are designed to be on the ground. But if we had a fifth limb, oh boy, I could probably climb some good trees.
Look at how he uses his tail.
Yeah, he also uses that really, really well to balance, right? Have you guys ever tried to do any rope walking or seen someone try to walk on a tightrope? A lot of times they'll have that big long pole, right? That's just a little bit of a counterbalance, and his tail can act like that also up in the trees. And when he walks around along these barkies here, he might actually show you how well he is at using that tail to balance. Let's go back to prehensile, because I love to hear from you guys. What are some other animals with prehensile appendages? How about a prehensile nose? Do we know of an animal with a prehensile nose? No?
An anteater.
An anteater? He doesn't have a prehensile nose, but I think I heard it from someone out there. It's the biggest animal on the planet, at least the biggest terrestrial animal. An elephant. Yes! Elephant has a prehensile nose. Very good, guys. How about a prehensile tongue? It's another animal that's really tall and really big, and it lives alongside elephants. Giraffes, yeah. So we've got all sorts of animals out there with amazing prehensile appendages. Ooh, talk about a tongue. Look at that, you guys. So you guys want to know something really crazy about that tongue? That tongue is about 16 inches long. Everybody stick out their tongue for me. Let me see how long you guys have tongue. Oh, you're so rude. Sticking your tongue out at me. Yeah, it's about maybe 3 inches, right? Our tongue is not really meant to get down into a tube like that. But he's got this long tongue. It is so long that it has to be anchored down in his chest. So funny story, if you're touching the chest of a tamandua while they're eating, you can actually feel that tongue moving around. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Oh, look, you can see if you look at this door, you can
Now, I think one of my friends out here noticed his claws earlier. We're talking about climbing around, and you're absolutely right. Those claws come in really handy. Up in the trees, they're going to give him a good grip, but they're kind of more, even more specialized for something very important to him, and this is a good hint right here. What kind of food is he eating? He's eating apples out there? Worms! He's eating worms! Yeah, because he's an ant eater, right? So he's going to like to eat insects. And ants and things like that live in very long tunnels and live in big homes like this, so kind of hard homes. Very important for him to be able to break into those mounds, like termite mounds, and be able to get his food out.
So scary.
Oh, you guys, he tricked you. That's not cute, that's scary.
Oh,
Not cute,
scary.
scary. Wow, so scary. No, I'm kidding. It is really cute, but he actually would do that as a defense mechanism out in the wild. So if he is confronted by something that is a little bit frightening, like a predator, the first thing he's going to do is show those massive claws, right? Those claws are so strong. You'll notice that Shane is not going around here holding hands with this animal, right? So those claws are really, really strong. So strong they can rip through concrete. So very, very strong claws.
Oh, look at how big he is. Look at his tail wrapped around the tree. So he doesn't fall.
Yeah, he's using that tail really well today. His mobility looks great.
And she got that wheel.
Do you want to eat the worms? Yeah.
So that tail is so strong that he can support his entire body weight on it. Very, very strong. Very strong ligaments in that tail.
They're letting him crawl around so that everybody...
So this species, for a while down in South America, they were doing a little. They're in a little bit of trouble because they were being hunted for a variety of reasons. One for food, but also for that tail, right? So that tail is so strong that it can actually be used to help build things. But we don't want to see this animal disappear anytime soon. So quite a long time ago, a few years ago, some people got together and said, hey, we have some people down in South America that need something, right? So they need building materials. And they moved in to try to help them and to try to get some protected spaces so the species could kind of grow their numbers and come back to a thriving place. And I'd like to tell you right now that tamanduas are actually doing much better in the wild. Their numbers are much higher than they were at one point. So nice conservation efforts working out there. Always my favorite stories to tell.
Okay, I'm going to stand up. My feet are falling asleep.
So I told you earlier that this is one of my favorite ambassadors, and it's not just because I love tamanduas in general. They're a really fun species, really fun to work with, very agile and just great personalities. But specifically Mani, he is one of several tamanduas we have here in this department, and I love him so much because he is very important to us. Now, I don't know if you guys all remember that just a few years ago we had this horrible epidemic, right? We had a pandemic throughout the world, and the zoo had to close a couple of times during that time period, and we were all a little bit sad, right? Because we didn't get to see you. This is what we love to do. I don't know if you noticed, but we really love to come out here and talk to you guys about animals, and so we were all a little bit sad, but at that time, we had a tamandua who became pregnant. And that was the first tamandua birth in about 40 years here at the zoo, so pretty exciting for us. And we were really thrilled. So we were watching on a baby monitor, watching Mom give birth. And when we first saw Mani in Mom's womb, he looked like a little peanut, so we decided to call him Mani, which actually means peanut in the area that he's from.
Awesome.
And when she was giving birth to him, we were all watching that footage, so excited. In fact, there wasn't probably a dry eye in the house. We were all just so happy about this amazing little creature. And so he is kind of our special little man that kind of got us through some hard times.
What is their lifespan?
What is their lifespan? That's a great question. So Mani here, let's see if I can do the math right. What year is it? 2006. He's up almost 5 years old. And they could easily live up into their teens, high teens, maybe into their 20s. Out in the wild, of course, he would be already a little bit old at this point. They do have a lot of threats out in the wild. They live alongside all sorts of big carnivores and harpy eagles and things that would think that they would be a really delicious snack. So lots of resources that are scarce out there as well. But he's got many years to live with us here at the zoo. Do I have any more questions? He's pretty cute, huh? Yeah.
Is his fur soft or coarse?
Oh, that's a good question. So she asked if his fur is soft or coarse, and it is very, very coarse. So if you can imagine, he's living down in South America in kind of a moist area. So a lot of the spaces that he lived in are partially rainforested. And so he's going to have some way to keep all that water off his skin. So his fur is nice and tough, so that it does not absorb all that water. It also gives him a little bit of a armor out there. Good question.
Do you have any other tamanduas here?
Yeah, so he asked you about the other tamanduas we have here. So we have Mani. We also have Mani's father. So Mani's father is Otis. He's also living with us here. We have a female. Her name is Stella, and we're hoping that Stella and Otis at some point are also going to have a baby, but fingers crossed on that.
She's talking about.
Do they have teeth?
He's doing great.
Do they have teeth?
Do they have teeth? So, has anyone today told you guys that you're going home? Is that the going home signal? Has anyone today told you that anything with a mouth can bite? Have you ever heard that before? That is technically true, except for tamanduas. So they do not actually have any teeth the way that we have teeth. They also have a really tiny little opening in their mouth. So what they kind of do is slurp those worms down and kind of squish them at the back of their mouth.
It's kind of like a baby before they get teeth.
Yes. Yeah, very much like that. Alrighty, you guys. Well, Money is going home. It's time to go back to bed.
Say bye, Money.
Tomatoes are actually nocturnal, so he loves coming out here and doing all this fun stuff, but then he goes right back to bed when he goes back to home. So we're going to let him go do that. But thank you so much for stopping by with us today. I'll go off mic and ask